This live, state-of-the-art video on this beautiful Sunday morning. Hey, what time is it? Is it Sunday? Oh,
It's afternoon.
it's 12:21.
Okay.
Wanted to bring you this beautiful video and have been thinking a lot about it. And this is our incredible tiny investment resort, okay? And we were standing on a couple of pieces of property. There's 3 or 4 we're looking at. This is one that we have our mind on. And I wanted to kind of give you a little bit of a tour. And at the end of this video, still just stay tuned to the end of this video, and I'm going to show you something really outstanding that would give you more of an idea of what this place really could be. Now, this is looking at over 100 acres of land here. We're actually looking at building only on about 30 or 40 acres of it. The rest of it can be for hiking trails and walking around in the woods, and there's places for pasture. As you can see behind me, there's places for gardening, community stuff. It's really neat. We want to turn this one into a little bit different of a resort. Now, you can live here full-time if you like, but if you want to buy a building from us and put it on a nightly rental, pay for itself, do an earned income. I used to own a company that used to do that. We had 73 log homes on our inventory, and we used to rent them out for overnight rentals, and they did really very well. So we would like to implement kind of that same theme with a little bit of twist because of our tiny home company now that we own. So what we're proposing is we want 10-foot wide homes, 26 to 30 foot long. They go from 58,000 to 66,000, completely built, double dormer, staircases, 2 bedrooms, built, done, set up. In just the price of the home that we sell the home for in our factory, just for this resort, we're going to include a spot in the resort with the price of the house. So there's no additional cost for being in the resort. So if you buy a home from us, a 26-footer is right around 58,000. Including in that is appliances, double dormer. You get an extra dormer because it's a Freedom Line home. If you look at our website, IncredibleTinyHomes.com, it has the Freedom style home. Comes with 1 dormer. We're going to add an extra dormer. We're going to add all the appliances, but a large refrigerator. Finish the floors, the countertops, the outside will be stained. Everything's going to be done on this home. We're going to park it here on this resort. All right? We're going to have it set up ready for you guys to rent out for a nightly rental. Or if you want to live here, that's fine too. But included in all that, you don't have to come up with 58,000. You only need 20% as a down payment and a 650 credit score. The payments on something like that is right around $500 a month. So if you've got a 20% down payment, you've got the 650 credit score, your payments are under $500 a month. Included in that, we're going to give you 2 years free rent. You don't cost you a thing to live here for 2 years. No rental fees, no anything. Now, you don't own the property, but you don't pay any rent, all right? And then also, if you wanted to use it on a nightly rental, you want to make some money for 2 years, I'll rent your house out like we did at our resort we used to own at a nightly rental, 365 days a year. We were happy if we got 200 nights a year back then. If we just get 100 nights here, we form our management company and rent this out, it'll facilitate the local area, our factory, which is in the local area, that we're going to have people come and look at our factory. Anyway, we can help put, like what they call it, put butts in the bed. We could put beds, people in the bed and rent this thing out. So let's say you made $10,000 a year. So now you only own probably less than $30,000, depending on a 26-footer, right? Refinance, your payments are at $200 a month, then the monthly rental is going to be around $300 a month. You're still at $500 a month until you pay your house off. I'm trying to keep this whole investment at $500 a month and your 20% down payment, but you get a big house on a piece of property that you didn't have to pay for. All you're doing is paying a monthly rental, all right? So come with me. I'm going to walk down this little lane on this one piece of property we're looking at, and if you're interested, please send us an email at info@IncredibleTinyHomes.com, and we'll love to get back with you. What we're needing is I'm going to propose this probably until the end of next week. And if we don't get enough people to do this, and I'm probably going to scrap it and we'll just kind of start it some other time, we don't really need to do this. It's fun, it's exciting. I love building and I love developing. And at the end of this video, I'll show you a little bit of an example of what I've done in the past. And I think you'll really be amazed at what this piece of property could be. If we do get 40 people, right, that want to join us in this venture, And all we need is say, hey, I'm interested, I qualify for what you need to get this financing. So we have financing in place for y'all, all right? But if I get 40, I'll show you more of the properties that I'm looking at. And you guys will really, and just, you will love what we're doing and what this land can bring. This is Cocke County, Tennessee, right borders the North Carolina state line. It borders Sevier County, which is Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, all 11 million people that come to this area, most visited state or national park in the United States. And it's only 30 miles away, all right? This is a sleepy, beautiful county that says we love tiny homes. And this is why we're so excited to make Cocke County the tiny home mecca of the United States. You got an airport in both directions, 45 minutes away, that can be right here. And there's going to be a lot of things happening here, everybody. When we tell you the energy that we're going to put into this, the fun that we can have, but everything that I've always done, it takes you all to make it happen. I can't do it on my own. We do it together. So that's why I'm bringing this video on a Sunday morning. Hopefully y'all just getting back from church or just getting up and relaxing on a Sunday, playing around with your phones. We hope we get a good crowd that might want to see this. And if you know somebody that would want an investment like this, $500 a month, 20% down payment, which is going to range between $11,000 to $13,000 down payment, you're in a beautiful resort, right? With a 10-foot wide, 26 to 30-foot home, all right?
And it touches on too a 650 credit score. They do have to have that. Is
Yeah,
that
that's what I was saying earlier.
Okay.
Is a 650 credit score, 20% down, right?
Right.
And you're pretty much in.
And the people, I've got several people on here that have already emailed us, and we do have about 16 emails. They haven't been contacted yet, but let's reassure them.
Yeah, and what I'm going to do is tomorrow, I'm going to go over all 16 emails. We're going to address that, talk to you guys. We're going to bring it online. I'm going to answer any of your questions you have. Today was just a gorgeous day after we've had so much rain, and I called Amanda. I said, won't you come on over here and let's go look at this one piece of property I've got my mind on. And we thought we'd give you guys a sneak peek. All right, so walk with us down this lane. Now this is an old lane that was been here for a while. It's an existing old farm. As you can see, across the horizon, you got the Smoky Mountains across those trees. Now this land actually goes up in elevation probably 700 or 800 feet, I would say, all right? So the views, there's some more views up there, but I'm not so much wanting to go up in elevation as I am wanting to be right in here where you get the mixture of pasture, woods, and views together. That's where I'm looking at. You can see the pasture here. It's so beautiful. You got an old magnolia tree. There's an old dilapidated barn that has fallen down in here. And right across the road is just a big old farm. But what I love most of all is what happens on this property. All right. This is look here, Amanda, somebody set this in here. I can't believe that. Look at that.
Well, just right when we would need something like that.
They staged it. I'm going to come back to that, all right?
Yeah.
Let me show you a little bit. Look at this beautiful lane, everybody. So what I really want to do is just take this lane, right, and keep it. And I'm going to go straight on through there. And there's offshoots. Amanda, you stay there.
Okay.
And this is what I kind of see. I'll see a driveway, a little road coming off the side of this one. And right back up in through here, it lays just beautiful. Now when I say lays, that means the lay of the ground, that it's not real steep, right? Okay. Well, what I see is going straight back to the bottom of that mountain. And it goes back in there another 75, 80 feet. There's enough room for a couple, 3 homes here. So all along that whole lane that we follow, there's offshoots, 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 offshoots of little bitty lanes that we can put homes. When you get in here, like I was saying, it goes up in elevation. As soon as you do, I'm looking over that big farm, the mountains, and the scenery. That's what people are going to want to come here from other states and experience this beautiful Tennessee weather, right? Our local areas, and a tiny home that is going to be amazing. So we can get, what I want to do is I don't want them on top of each other. It'll be big area right in through there. I see maybe 2 or 3 homes in there. Maybe one set up on the mountain, right up on the backside, 2 right in here. I'm painting you a picture because I don't have a couple $1 million just to do it, right? We need you all to make it happen. And this is what we've done in the past and how we've created our other 3 developments that we're working on right now. And as we go down, you can see there'd be another road right up through there. And way back in there, we see another little house, another little cottage over here. This is like a little wet weather creek, and build a little bridge over to it, right?
Yeah.
And then up behind there, that mountain right there, I've walked all this right through here. That mountain takes up like that, and you can make little bitty trails that walk all the way around. And then this road bed actually goes plumb to the top, okay?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And you know, one of the things I would like you to touch on too, and I know they would too, we've had so much rain.
Yeah.
This is not a floodplain, right?
Oh no, this is way higher than,
Yes.
well, that whole farm down there is floodplain.
Correct.
And we're looking over that.
Yeah.
This land, as you can see, we've had, again, the 2nd wettest winter on record.
Oh yeah.
Flooded, Amanda mentioned Lexington was flooded.
Yes.
Gatlinburg was flooded, shut down.
Yes.
Here you go, everybody. We got a little water in the ditches. And look, this land has been neglected for years. Nobody's ever been on this thing. See how it's all gnarly and stuff? This will all be cleaned up. This is a resort, everybody. This is going to be something that'll be pretty. This is something like, I would like some stack rail fencing down the lane here, right? This is something we're going to have a beautiful ditch, and it's going to be a gravel road because it's fitting in a wooded setting.
Right.
Let's see how it goes through there. And this is what I've always loved. It's like a tunnel and cars passing in and out. We may even have a one-way loop where you come in. And the reason I like one lane is because I don't have to make them wide. I'd have to make 2 lanes through there, and it destroys all the vegetation.
And Bob brings up a good point of this is different from the development, the other development, the other 3 properties, because he asked what price is the lot, and you're including that.
The lot is included in the price of your home. So if you buy a home on our price list that we just sell homes for, all right, just buy a house that's 10 by 26 or 10 by 20, 10 by 30. It's the Freedom style home is what I'm looking at, right? I'm taking the profit from that, and we're able to develop this whole property and give you a lot. 2 years for free.
Right.
And then after that, a lot rental is in place, right? So you never have to drill a well. You don't have to buy a septic system. You have to do that. I put it all in, but I need to sell 40 homes to make that happen.
Right. I love it.
That's crazy, isn't it?
How far can we go down?
Let's see how far we can walk. This is an old road bed. It'll grow up a little bit when we go to the right. But what I love about you every time is these little roads offshoots to the right. And there's some wooded areas to the left now where we're at. I wonder if you could visualize the picture. That's why I'm walking. And actually, this big mountain, if you can see this mountain right up there, you see the tree line.
Yeah.
All right, there's a tree line up there, right? Okay. Then there's a little bit of a mountain there. Well, this valley goes really deep back in there.
Yeah.
And this is what I want to do, is I want to put homes stuck up back inside there. You make a little road back in there. And listen, everybody, this land has city, water, sewer, and we're going to have underground power. This is a resort. When I do electricity, we put it underground. It's more expensive, but you don't have lines anywhere. You don't have anything.
It's really beautiful.
You get back in here, it looks like it does right now. All I want to do is cut a lane back in there and start plugging houses in there.
Well, and you have underground power at the other properties.
Yes, we sure do.
yeah.
Everything's underground.
You're not going to have that, and you could have chose to have
Oh, the power company said, hey, we
Yeah.
can set poles and it won't be anything.
cheaper.
I
Yeah.
said, no, we got to go underground.
Yeah.
It looks better.
It just
you know?
prettier. That's right. What is that? That's like an old barn.
That's an old barn. This used to be an old farm. It was a working farm from what I've learned in the history of it.
Yeah.
But all that would be so pretty cleaned out and done. And, you know, we're talking about wedding venue maybe in the future here to draw, you know, income for the nightly rentals, a big barn, a venue, just, oh, it's just.
And you can live here, you can rent it out.
Yeah.
Someone was asking, can you pay cash? Of course you can.
God, yeah, pay cash, let's get it done. We just offer financing because we have a private investor that's willing
Right.
to finance each and every customer that we have.
Right.
So that's just, that's really what makes this possible. Now, cash buyers, of course, you're in, you know.
Of course.
But I'm trying to keep it at, most of us can't afford, you know, a $60,000 to $70,000 investment. Now,
Right.
also your homes, because our homes, we're talking 10 by 30 with a master suite, bedroom, kitchen, living room. We can add a covered porch to you. We can add a deck. We can add granite and mounted under top, you know, under mounted sinks, and we can add all the amenities you would like, okay? This is just the base price. And you guys know that our prices are well, if not half below everybody in the country. And it's because we're taking this on as a different way everybody's looking at this industry, all right? Go ahead.
And there's a different thing, and I'm glad Carl brought this up. They said, what if they bring their own tiny? This resort's not for that.
No, it's not.
So
No.
maybe
I'm
touch on that.
taking, I have to build a home here, right? Because that's the money that I need to develop the property.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not just lots for rent.
No,
No.
it's not just lots. We're not doing lots. This is an all-inclusive resort offered by Incredible Tiny Homes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now see back in here, also, there's a little road bed goes back and it meanders, and then that valley comes back. We call them hollers here in
Yeah.
Tennessee, and you just go back in through there and meander back. Everybody, it's just so many cool little nooks and crannies to set homes, and that's what Tennessee is about. I've developed mountain property before, and I know the lay of the land and what needs to take to channel water. I've got great excavators that I work with that I've known for 25 years. We work with the city, we work with municipalities, we know to go before the Planning Commission. This is really just something in our wheelhouse that we do. I build for a living, but we develop with no problem.
Of course.
Yeah. Now this, and so quickly, now the terrain changes so quickly, I love. All right, now right up in there where the sun's shining, okay, actually the road, there's a little road bed that goes right here. It goes, you cross, and you can, a little road bed goes right up inside that where that sun's shining. And that road now starts to climb an elevation. And you guys see that mountain right there? Okay, that's part of a ridge. It starts climbing and goes all the way around that ridge to the top.
Wow.
Okay, now it's a little steep for general traffic, but what I have proposed in my mind is when it wraps around there, there's another big valley on the other side. So we got homes scattered all over this place. Could you imagine coming down? It's almost like the video of, oh gosh, man, what was the big flash dance, or what was it when the camp they went to you loved it up in New England?
Dirty Dancing. Yes.
Dirty Dancing.
Love it.
Where you can all have your little cottages
Yes.
and come down here and have the community area where you
Yeah.
commute, you dance, or we have functions and stuff down here,
Sure.
and you can drive back up to your
Like
cottage.
Clubhouse and stuff.
Yeah, and that's what I envision for this place. I really think, and it can all 100%, and we'll do all this, and I'll spell out everything that I will do. We'll be legally bound to everything that we say we'll do and all of our claims when it comes down to it. I just need to know if we got enough support behind us. If we
Sure.
have enough support, I will put all this on a legal document and we'll make it happen.
And how, someone just brought up a great point. Okay, so if you get 40 people, about what would be the estimate of how hard would it be to develop this and get it ready to build and move in?
Oh, it's just, this is so comfortable, everybody. It's just nothing steep. I've built on 80% grade,
Correct.
80, right? And we've cut roads into this thing and built homes on 80%. All this is probably no more than 18 to 24% grade.
Wow.
Everything in here.
Yeah.
The roads, the 40 people, I've already figured out the numbers. I know what can be done. I know what we can build. So if and when we do get that, we can put this together. The timeline on this, let's say we get it together in the next, well, I just want to propose this for the next week. After that, if we get our 40, it's going to take some time, a month or so, to get all the paperwork together. We'll start immediately on this property,
Right.
developing and building homes, and how that'll all happen and come together. You know, realistically, you're probably looking at about from now to next year. It would probably take a year to get all this going.
Right.
Now, that doesn't stop our other communities. The other communities at the factory in our shop are continue going. They're on board. Those will all be done. I'm proposing them
And
to
it's
be
not
done by
affected
fall.
by this. It has
Nothing.
nothing to do with this.
That's why we wanted
Right.
to have a total different feel. On our place where the community is, where we build our homes, it's mostly residential. We do have some overnights. Those overnights are going to be so stimulated by our museum we're going to have there, a welcome center we're going to have there. We're going to have workshops where people come and learn how to build. We got so many plans to build our company that'll facilitate more people that want to stay.
Sure.
Then you've got this nearby our factory that you can come and stay in a resort setting.
Right.
There might be I want to put a pool in here. We want to put a clubhouse, a wedding venue, and some hiking trails, you know, stuff like that. So this is a whole different feel, and even the homes are a different feel. Over there, we have homes of every make and kind. Here, all the homes will flow in style. You know, they'll have a wooded outside. They'll have a green, red, or tan roof to choose from, and we want them to be conducive all through here. They look the same.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a gorgeous piece of property. And how many acres again?
This one particular piece that I'm looking at is well over 100 acres, 100 plus.
Yeah.
Yep. And I've got 2 other pieces of property we're looking at. But once we, this is probably my prime choice.
Yeah.
If I can get, you know, if we get 40 on this, I'll show more to it. And this is really exciting because, you know, you guys are looking into this. Now, all you're doing is a concept. You're saying, hey, I can qualify because I got a better than 650 credit score. I can come up with a 20% down payment, and I can afford about a $500 a month payment, right? If you guys qualify for that and you want to be in this, your place is going to be so much more than what you've invested here, because you're just buying a home. But just with the cost of the home, you can go to our online and look at the Freedom Style home, and it has 1 dormer, it has appliances, it has a tankless water heater, it has a heating and air system. You're getting that, but then I'm going to finish the floors, I'm going to finish the countertops, I'm going to stain the outside, right? We're going to give you a large refrigerator because I think that's what's needed when it comes to a rental, all right? And the homes are 10 foot wide, 10 by 26 to 30 foot long. Now, if you want something different, a bigger home than that, we don't care. We'll build them a little bit longer. This is going to be cubby little places, and we want to keep this nice and cute and quaint, right?
And I want to say hi to David and Karen. We love them, and they're interested as well. And David's asking about how much input can they have on the home? How custom can it be?
Sure, it can be. You know what? Ours is just the base unit, and you guys add with what you want. If you want barn wood on it, and you want some stuff, I would love to do all the amenities can go on the home.
That's a
sure
good
can.
point, because I think maybe people were thinking maybe they were just all modeled. They were all going to be the same. They had to be the same, so that's good to know.
You can have, you know, I've got a floor plan because a 10 by 30 has a downstairs bedroom. It has to have a downstairs bedroom for rental.
Okay.
All right, has to have it.
Has to.
That's when you rent a home, got to have it. And a 10 by 30 has a master suite downstairs. It has a beautiful walk-in bathroom. It has a staircase going to 2 bedrooms upstairs. They're loft bedrooms.
Right.
And it also has a kitchen, living room. Now, if you want it to be 10 foot longer, like a 40 foot, we can add a deck to it. We can make the trailer 40 foot long, or when it gets here, we can add a 10 foot deck to it.
But all the homes will be on trailers.
Yes.
Yes.
They will be on trailers because if you all ever want to move that house out of here, you can hook to it and pull it out. You know, I would say the majority won't, but you never know what's going to be in 30 years from now, right?
Correct.
20 years from now.
Sure.
You can hook to it and pull it out of here.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me go back to this little board I've got that somebody put in the woods for me.
Somebody put the woods for you.
Yeah. But isn't that beautiful?
It's gorgeous.
But I get excited, everybody, when I'm thinking about, you know, when you start gathering people together, that's when things happen, right? if I'm alone and I don't have this popularity that we've gained from building homes and going through everything we have to stand behind our product and building a company, it's no fun by yourself. It's not possible. I mean, I guess, there are people that are rich that can come in here and develop this. But you know what? It's such a challenge to come here in a compliment to be able to have people say, you know what, we want to jump on your dream and your vision. And then what I'm doing in response to that is I'm giving back such a deal. Because you're buying a home that's what you would pay for it at the shop.
Mm-hmm.
But including, I'm giving you 2 years in a resort.
And two, there's additions onto this home that you're offering. I mean, you're adding an extra dormer. A dormer is $3,500.
$3,500.
Not to mention the other things that you're going to
staining the outsides,
yes.
finishing the floors, finishing the countertops, adding a refrigerator. You've got a tankless water heater in it. You've got a mini split in it. And we're going to bring it over here and setting it up.
I mean, it has to be at least what, $5,000 to $8,000, maybe $10,000 extra that's going to be added to these homes that you wouldn't get.
And go to any competitor and price a 10 by 30 home, tiny home, and see what they do.
And two, just to add as well, is that this is another on the ground beginning of something big. So, the people who got the forest, there was a lot of people who are kicking themselves that did not get into the forest.
Yep, and this is another forest.
It's another forest, and nobody is leaving over at the forest.
Yeah,
we've got
it's
a
so
waiting
pretty
list,
over
but
there.
nobody's leaving there, and it's going to be stunning. The beach, I know a lot of people can't see it yet, but that's going to be stunning. But to get in there on the ground floor at the beginning, it's something special.
It is, and sometimes I think, is it too much for everybody to take on? But then I think, well, there's 340 million people in the United States.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of folks that want to come here.
Oh, of course.
How can you beat Tennessee? It was snowing yesterday.
It was snowing and cold
50 degrees today.
It's beautiful today.
It's the springtime is already coming, and it's just neat. You don't get the good, you don't get the bad here in Tennessee. It's just right there in the middle. We got whitewater rafting and hiking in the Smokies. Hiking right here.
I mean, Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, if you've never been to Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg, my daughter works in Gatlinburg, and I drove her to work one day, and I thought to myself, if no one's ever been here, you would be in such awe of the place, of the mountains, of everything around you. You would be stunned.
The natural beauty, and it's like the Vegas of the Smokies.
It really is. It's just a little Vegas.
So there's a lot of tourism and fun stuff there. Restaurants, Knoxville's close by. It's just got a lot to offer.
Yeah, there's so much. And two, just to touch on it as well, I mean, there's a reason, Dolly Parton is from Sevier County. She has everything in Sevier County going on. Blake Shelton has a restaurant there. Paula Dean has a restaurant there. There's a reason why all these...
Margaritaville.
There's a
Jimmy
reason
Buffett.
why all these big people are here. There's people, it's amazing.
And a lot of people live in Newport, work in Gatlinburg.
Oh, yes.
They all live. And this is a sweet spot, everybody. You can't do this in Sevier County.
No.
Which is the sister county right next door.
Correct.
I can't develop land like this. You know what I can do? I can come in here and I can put a road anywhere I want.
Right.
I can put a house anywhere I want.
Yeah.
I can build a house any way I want. That's unheard of.
Right.
And it actually has city water and sewer. Is that not amazing? You don't find that. That is so rare to find that anywhere in this part of the country or any part of the country. So that's why this is such a jewel. And the development is this is just the baseline of this thing,
Beautiful.
God, I'm getting all excited, man, and then if we don't get enough people, I'll be,
There's a lot of people interested.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had a lot of emails. Just since Friday, I've seen the emails pop in. Interested in the resort,
I hope so, because it is a deal, and you guys are, I don't know if somebody's asking, like, how does that happen, or how do I afford this?
Yeah.
Or why am I willing to give that away? Like, why am I willing to give 2 years of free rent? And this is the reason why, everybody, is because it's a deal.
It's
and when you sell
deal.
something, you make a deal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So I'm not trying to get rich overnight. I'm not trying to do, I like developing. I like doing this stuff. And I'm looking forward to having 40 people here.
Yeah.
And us having fun together. And you know what? It's really neat. I developed a resort called Brothers Cove. And when I finally got done with that, really wasn't done, but we had about 70 some homes on it. One night, I was standing kind of like in this area, right? And at night, you can see all the little lights of all the homes.
Yeah.
And you can hear people on the deck, and they're talking, and they're barbecuing. You don't know what kind of feeling that is to know that you developed that.
Right.
That you made a place where people can come and enjoy and talk.
And they're making memories. We're talking people get married and
Yeah.
people get engaged and kids, they have their vacations. There's, you know, even our kids, you know, they remember the time of this.
Yeah.
That it's a place to make memories.
It is.
Yeah.
And to think that I had a hand in that,
Yes.
it's just satisfying. You know, I don't know if you all know this, but, or if you've, I don't know if everybody comes to this stage in their life. When you get to a certain age or you've been through certain things in life, what comes down to it is more of the journey. It's more of what you want to do and every day that gets you going and keeps your dream alive. This is what happens to me. This is what keeps my dream alive. It's what gets me out of the bed. This is what is fun for me to do, right? So I look at the numbers, I'm saying, yeah, we won't make anything for 2 years. I'm not gonna make anything off these homes. And in 2 years, we'll give all the rental and overnight. I don't care, that's fine. But you all have saying, wait a minute, I'm investing in him, and in return, he's given me the ability to almost pay off half of my home.
Right.
I don't have to pay for a lot. All I do is pay for the lot rental when it comes. And then I'll facilitate it by renting your house out.
And two, I know Randy's telling what the details are, but I just want to stress how different that he is, his thinking is, and how generous that he's been of things, because there are people in business that there is no way, and I'm of course we're not going to name names, but he's spoken to someone who said there's no way that they would give 2 years free at all if they did anything like this at all. It's just not something that, it's not a normal course of business to give something free like that. And people always are leery about when you say this is free. It's like it's a shame to say, but they say, hey, what's the catch? But he talked to someone, and they said if they did something like this, there's no way that they would give nothing back free. And that's just not how Randy works. You're doing pretty good, Ryan. You're right. Look at you all sprawled out.
Okay. There you go. Now, this is the premise. This is just one scenario. So you got a 10 by 30 home. On our price is $66,000. 20% down is about $13,000. You owe $53,000. If you finance that, it comes to about $500 a month payment. Now, that's just your house. That doesn't include insurance or anything, but that's just your house payment, right?
No utilities.
No utilities. Now, utilities on this, I don't think it's going to cost more than $50 a month.
Right.
All right? Because we insulate on how we do. In with this deal includes a lot in a resort, 2 years free rent, 2 years free rental if you choose to rent it out by the night, and you don't have to.
You don't have to rent
No.
it out.
I don't care if you do or not. I'm putting together a management company just to help you guys. The money involved in it, probably there's more headache than it is a profit.
Right.
But I do it to help facilitate sales, right? You're gonna say, wow, if I can pay a third of my house off or half of my house off in 2 or 3 years, or keep it on a rental program until it's paid off, 4 or 5 years, your home's paid for.
Right.
All you ever paid is 20% down, $500 a month,
Right.
the house is paid for. We did that at our other resort, but the homes were $600,000.
Yeah.
And it took a lot of rental. The people could not pay their homes off. It just facilitated their payment,
Right.
right? But this, your home can be paid for, everybody. If you went and bought a duplex and you wanted to invest in rental property, you're gonna have to spend $80,000 to $150,000 buying rental homes, duplexes, all that, right? You're gonna pay at least 15 years to do that. By then, you're gonna need a new heat pump. You're gonna need a new roof. You're gonna need to take care of the sheetrock and the maintenance on the house. This here, metal roof, right? You don't have to replace it. Mini split, super easy to replace, but you got a 12-year warranty on it.
Correct.
And it's paid off in a third of the time, which I think this home can be paid off in less than 5 years. Anyway, when I crunch the numbers, you think about it, and it's just a really cool. And okay. Let's think the worst case scenario. The whole world just goes up, and we're all dead with coronavirus. Well, then we don't have to worry about it.
Oh my God. Well, welcome Sunday morning. You
Yeah.
had a beautiful thought.
But think about this. Let's say if nobody comes to rent it,
Yes, correct.
it's $500 a month.
It's $500 a month.
That's it.
Worst case scenario.
Yeah. And you live in it. Rent it out. Everybody needs a house.
Where in the world?
Rent it out.
Where in the world are you going to go and even rent a house?
Rent it monthly to someone,
Yes.
and it pay for it.
Yeah.
So anyway, but I like it because where can you get on a resort for $60,000, $70,000? On a big old house. And included in that, of course, we talked about you're going to get a dormer, active dormer, right?
Which is a value of $3,500.
At least $3,500.
At least.
Usually it's going to be a bigger one on that size home. You're going to get a larger fridge. We include appliances, but we're going to have a larger fridge. I think it's probably $400 or $500.
Yeah.
Then we're going to stain, all right, the outside, all right, and we're going to finish the floors
And the countertop.
and the counters.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. All included in that, and then we're going to set up your home. We'll bring it over here and we'll set it up. You don't have to do anything. We'll come over here, we'll set it up, we'll put it on a pad, we'll hook up your water, your power, your sewer,
That's every bit
everything.
of $500 to $600 right there.
At least a big house like that.
Jeez.
And set up. Okay.
And of course, this place. Could you talk about what is here? Is there water? Is there the internet will be available? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I've researched it. Talked to the city. This particular property has high-speed internet. It has city water, city sewer, of course, electricity, and it's amazing. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. And I'm looking at another piece that has the same. This is my favorite choice right here. This is the one that kind of gives me that feel of what we could create. The other ones have the same, but if we can get to the 40 folks that are interested by probably Wednesday or Thursday next week, it'd be just amazing.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And then we'll go from there.
And the reason, you're talking about it this week because, you do have a meeting with the investor and an investor.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I do. And it would be really good news to be able to bring to him and say, hey, look, this is what we have. Everybody,
People that's interested.
we're drawing attention to some people that are really interested in what we do
Yep.
and how we do things, which is amazing to me as we don't come across as the most professional way. Our videos are not polished. They're not edited and cut. We're live. We come on, and this is who I really am. I tell you, my gate's open. You come see me. You can look at what we're doing. You can talk to me, and you can verify everything that I'm saying and the person I am and what I've done. But to have people that are interested in what we do and how we conduct ourselves and how we're trying to make this company strong and vibrant is really a compliment. I've personally, just to tell you a little bit about me, is that I was raised up north. They call it up north here.
We do.
Near Detroit. My dad and mom are from Kentucky, West Virginia. I was raised up there because of the steel mills that my dad worked in, and I was just a blue collar kid growing up, and wasn't really, wasn't an outstanding student or athlete or anything, but I always had this tenacity to live. Went to college and finished college. Was a school teacher for 3 years, and took architectural drafting all through high school, a little bit of college. So I know how to draw and do. I'm an OJT, on-the-job training. I've learned everything pretty much on my own. I've worked in the field maybe two years with other carpenters as a young man. Never really even wanted to be a carpenter. I found that I enjoyed being creative, and this is part of my dream of when I take this property, it's such a blank slate. It's like a canvas that sits behind me. And to think that I can put a road back in here and meander and put homes and build homes is enjoyable for me. So this is what I like to do. And so that's a little bit of who I am, to be able to have a little college, have a little bit of, technical skill, and then also a lot of just, hands-on bronze skill that I've learned throughout the years. I know what it's like to physically work hard. I know what it's like to crunch numbers and to try to sit with banks, attorneys, and try to make things happen that way too, you know. So I'm a little bit rounded, but I would like to show you something if I could on my phone. And I don't know if I can pull this up. I had Amanda send this to me.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can.
Probably get to a good shaded spot to watch it. We'll have to hold it down over here.
I don't know if you can see this.
Yeah, yeah, you can.
That's a resort that I built, everybody.
And this video's on YouTube. And it was all cabins, log cabins. Oh, that's neat. Zoe's mom said, I looked it up. There was the pool, the cement pond.
Mm-hmm.
It was stunning and still is stunning.
Can't see it good, can you?
You can see a little bit, and and there's a lot. Also, I watched that video. A lot of people has seen this. I don't know if they can see it very good.
It's a little dark.
Yeah. Your fur like that is better.
No.
No, it's not. You want to see if they can finish it?
You got to get the punchline. Romantic getaways, investments. Just look it up, everybody, on YouTube. I'm sorry you see the reflection.
It was a beautiful video.
I had this video done professionally, and I paid $20,000 for that video.
Yeah.
And they came from Nashville and filmed it. Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
I watched a movie last night with my mom. My mom's 94 years old, and I was telling Amanda about it. Isn't that cool? And the movie was called The Man from Snowy River. You might have seen it. It was back in, I think, the mid-late 80s or something like that. And their theme song on there sounded a lot like the one
Very
theme song
similar.
we had on here. And The Man from Snowy River is just a movie about the mountains of Australia. And it reminded me of Tennessee and the Appalachian Mountains. And I remember before I moved here, I was in between being a young man of leaving Detroit and living in Florida, and my family being from the mountains, and I've always wanted to come home. And once I got here, I've never left. This has always been my home. And this is where my lineage is from generations back. Nobody's ever left here, you know? So it's neat to see that and develop that property in the homeland of my family, you know? And this is just another idea that I never thought I would ever have the opportunity to develop again another piece of property. And if we do it, we do. If we don't, we don't. I'm at the stage in my life where, you know, we've got a lot going on, and I'm enjoying every day that I live. And I will always take opportunities on. There was a guy that said one time, I heard him on a talk show, and he was saying, you know, why does it take 100 years to develop a dream? Why does it take a lifetime, right? Why can't we do it in a year? Why can't we do and get more done? Why can't we get more done? And I thought, you know, the only way that we can do that, one of the ways that we can do that is with other people joining together. You know, I've got a dream, and people say, well, why don't you just wait? Why don't you? I said, that's on its way. That's being done right now. I don't physically have to go over there and dig the ditches to put the power in. Your deposits have paid for that. Why not go to another one, right? And with our partnerships, we're building a partnership with people that are helping us build homes that we're training and that I tutor and we show how to build. And those partnerships will help build more homes for us at a quicker rate that'll get the homes in here when we need them, right? And we've got that. That's what I've been working on since the first of the year as a partnership. We've got about 10 or 12 people that are interested in wanting to build tiny homes and how we are able to watch them and their quality and all the steps involved, software programs that we're looking at, keeping track of pictures and inventory and quality control and information and emails and all that stuff. It's just exciting for me. And because of you all, we're able to do it. I couldn't do anything without any of you all, and you guys know that. So thank you for this video. Thank you for watching on this beautiful Sunday morning here. It's afternoon now and here in East Tennessee.
And how do they find that video?
That video of Brothers Cove is on YouTube. And let me see what it was sent at. If you guys want to watch that video that we were trying to show you, it's called Welcome to Brothers Cove. Welcome to Brothers Cove on YouTube. Yeah. And you know, I actually had a person that doubted I owned that resort.
I know, that's
and
so crazy.
So
I know.
you can go look at the tax records. You can look at whatever, you know, I've owned the property.
And this is the property that you lost.
This is the property I lost in '09 during the big crash we had here. I built about a 5,000 square foot Victorian home for my family, my boys. My ex-wife still owns that home, and it's gorgeous. When you pull in the property, you will see it. The 2 covered bridges, the office. There's a big wedding venue up there. It's probably one of the most well-drawn wedding venues of the entire county now, with the views and the fireplaces and everything they have there. What I'm excited about this property, all right, that with 40 people, I don't have to get 40 more after that to finish what my dream is or my vision for this place. With 40 people, we can get it all done. We can put the pool in. We can put the barn, the wedding venue. There's enough there to make all that happen. And that's why when I come here, I want to like, oh my God, that would be so cool to have it done, and let's just make it happen, you know?
And there can be and will be more than 40.
We can put more than that here.
Yes.
This is over 100 plus acres.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we can have a lot of fun with this and enjoy it. And if you guys are wanting a part of this, send us an email at info@incredibletinyhomes.com.
And be prepared to be probably contacted this week and
Yep.
us go over all the questions through the week. So it's going to be heavy hitting, really talking
Yeah,
about
we'll be
this
on again
property.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm going to answer all your questions. I'm going to get the emails out. We're going to talk about it more, and we're just going to push it, you know, and let's say, hey, if we're going to do this, let's do this. If we're not going to do this, why let it drawn out for 6-8 months? This property may or may not, I haven't even bought it. It may sell tomorrow.
Right.
We don't know. The other properties may sell.
Right.
And you know what I've learned in my life? So it sells, it sells. It's the way it is. I'm not going to lose sleep over something.
You're right.
I'm not going to be in a hurry for anything. If it happens, it happens. It don't, you know?
Right.
I'm
That's
so
right.
satisfied with my company, the developments we got going, everything that we got a dream where we're there. But like I said before, everybody, what are we waiting on?
Right.
What are you doing on a Sunday or Saturday, or just, you know, that's fine if you want to relax and lay around, and I do that too, but I'm wanting to live. I want to dream, and I want to make dreams happen. So I can sit down 30, 40 minutes and I'm like, all right, let's do something, you know? And this is what I like doing.
And we found out too that there is a need. People need affordable houses. They need a community.
Yes.
You can see it on all these tiny house groups. They've made connections, friendships, and everybody wants to live together.
Yeah.
They want to live around each other.
Just the small group that we have right now that's waiting for the community that is over at our shop. Oh my God, they bring in pastries for the guys. They share campfires at night. They're watching ball games together, getting together and helping each other. And it's just like, you know, they've all told me it's like, it's already coming together as a community.
It is.
You know?
And that's what 12 or 14 that we have on the property over there.
Yeah. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for giving us your time. And again, just contact us if you're interested in this incredible tiny home resort. All right? I'm Randy Jones, and have a great day.